Dear brothers, did you know that providing food alone is not enough to fulfill your obligations as a husband? Many Muslim men believe that once they put food on the table, their duty ends. But Islam teaches us otherwise. A wife has several rights beyond just food rights that can strengthen love, deepen trust, and bring immense barakah into your marriage. In today's video, we'll explore what a wife truly deserves from her husband beyond food. By the end of this discussion, you'll have a better understanding of how to fulfill your role as a husband in a way that pleases Allah and strengthens your marriage. Stay until the end to discover a surprising right many husbands forget: the Islamic foundation of a wife's rights. Islam does not reduce a woman's rights to just food and shelter. A husband is entrusted with ensuring his wife's physical, emotional, financial, and spiritual well-being. Allah commands in the Quran, Surah An-Nisa, Quran 4 verse 19, and live with them in kindness. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the best example of a husband who did more than just provide food. Let's go beyond the basics and explore the rights that truly complete a marriage. Financial support beyond food. Many husbands assume that once they provide food, their financial duty ends. That Islam teaches that a wife has the right to clothing, shelter, and general maintenance according to her husband's means. For instance, if a husband earns well, but his wife is left struggling to buy necessities, this is not fulfilling his obligation. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The best of dinar you spend is the one you spend on your family." Muslim. Practical tip. Husbands, ask yourselves, am I providing for my wife's clothing, personal needs, and well-being? Or am I just covering food expenses? A small allowance for her needs can bring immense blessings. Emotional and psychological support. A wife's emotional needs are just as important as her physical needs. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, showed deep emotional intelligence in his marriage. He listened to his wives, comforted them, and even played with them. One day, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, was sad, and the Prophet, peace be upon him, noticed. Instead of ignoring her emotions, he comforted her and reassured her. Husbands today must ask, do I listen to my wife's concerns? Do I acknowledge her feelings? Practical tip. Start asking your wife, how was your day? And listen sincerely. A few kind words can strengthen your marriage more than 1,000 meals. Spiritual leadership and support. A husband is the leader of the home, and his role goes beyond financial support. A wife has the right to spiritual guidance from her husband. The Prophet, peace be upon him, would pray with his wives, teach them about Islam, and encourage them towards righteousness. But today, many husbands neglect this duty. If a husband spends time on entertainment but never reminds his wife about Salah, he is not fulfilling his role. Practical tip. Set a small spiritual goal together, perhaps reading one hadith before bed, or praying at least one Salah together daily. This will increase love and faith in your marriage. Respect and kindness in marriage. Respect is a fundamental right that every wife deserves. The Prophet, peace be upon him, never raised his hand against a woman and always spoke with gentleness. A woman is not a servant, nor should she be treated harshly. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The best of you are those who are best to their wives." Tirmidhi. Practical tip. Before speaking harshly, ask yourself, would the Prophet, peace be upon him, speak like this to his wife? If not, then change your approach. Time and attention in marriage. Time is one of the greatest gifts a husband can give his wife. The Prophet, peace be upon him, spent time with his wives, engaged in conversations, and showed genuine interest in them. Today, Many husbands are too distracted by work or their phones to give their wives attention. But a wife deserves quality time. Practical tip: set aside at least 15 minutes daily for uninterrupted conversation with your wife. No phones, no distractions. The ultimate right: love and compassion. All these rights: financial support, emotional care, spiritual leadership, respect, and time boil down to one thing: love. A wife is not just a responsibility. She is a blessing and a trust from Allah. If you fulfill these rights, your marriage will not just survive, it will thrive. And remember, every act of kindness towards your wife is a means of earning Jannah. Which of these rights do you think is most neglected today? Comment below. If you found this video beneficial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread authentic Islamic knowledge to more Muslim couples. A righteous wife is a gift from Allah. Treat her as such.